Meanwhile, in the UK, a raft of UK economic data out, including manufacturing and construction figures, trade balances, and, of course, GDP readings for November. Let's start on those GDP numbers with Simon on board. Hello, Simon. Good afternoon. Well, drill down a bit into the latest UK economic growth numbers that hit sluggish 0.1% in the 3 months to November 2019. How are the markets trading these latest numbers?
Yeah, afternoon, Chimmy. As you say about the GDP for November, Monday's official figures showed the economy in November before last month's decisive election win for Prime Minister Johnson was just 0.6% larger than a year before. That's the weakest expansion since June 2012. Well, the weak data reflected the uncertainty, of course, of last autumn about Brexit and the election. Many analysts are saying that the economic momentum should pick up in the new year now that the political situation is that much clearer. Let's turn to the markets today, and it's all looking good for the FTSE right now. The all-share is up by 0.6%, the FTSE 100 up around 0.5%, and the FTSE 250 doing even better than that. It is up a little over 1%. Less good for the pound, though. Sterling is down against the dollar by 0.62%, down by around the same amount compared to the euro, and also down slightly on the Japanese yen.
Now let's look at the corporate world. Is Flybe Airline really struggling to remain airborne? What details can you share with us?
Yeah, it's not been a good few years, has it, for airliners, particularly UK-based ones. Flybe flies 8.5 million passengers each year to 170 European destinations, making it Europe's largest regional airline. It also operates more UK domestic flights than any other airline. But according to reports, it is scrambling to stave off a collapse that would put 2,000 jobs at risk. It is rumoured to be in talks over potential emergency financing after suffering rising losses. We've heard that before, of course. The speculation is that Flybe had been holding talks with the Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy and the Department for Transport on whether the government could provide or facilitate any emergency financing to the company, something the government really doesn't like to do, of course. Well, last February, the airliner was bought by a consortium led by Virgin Atlantic following poor financial results. Connect Airways, which consists of Virgin Atlantic, Stobart Air and Cyrus Capital, paid just £2.2 million for Flybe's assets and operations. So not looking good for the company. We will, of course, keep you informed of any updates regarding that story.
Absolutely, Simon. While in the realm of politics, Labour MPs are down to the final hours to decide who the party leader will be. Who are the front runners and what will inform candidate decisions?
Yeah, so the deadline here is 2:30 p.m. for candidates to get the minimum backing of 22 MPs and MEPs. 4 people have so far met this minimum threshold. They are Sir Keir Starmer, Jess Phillips, Lisa Nandy and Rebecca Long-Bailey. But Clive Lewis and Emily Thornberry are struggling to get the necessary support from 22 MPs and MEPs. As it stands, Mr Lewis only has 4 nominations, and one of those is from himself, so unlikely that he's going to be able to meet that threshold in the next few hours. The shadow Brexit Secretary, Sir Keir Starmer, he's currently leading the way with 68 nominations, well ahead of his nearest rival, the shadow Business Secretary, Miss Long-Bailey, on 26. The Wigan MP, Lisa Nandy, has 24 nominations, while Birmingham Yardley MP Jess Phillips has the 22 that she needs to get through that threshold. Jeremy Corbyn's successor as Labour leader will be announced on the 4th of April, and we will bring you the details of the campaign and that final result, which will come out in April.
Well, I trust you and Juliana will keep updating us on those. Thank you, Simon. Enjoy the rest of the day.